ultimate fanfare. What's going on, world? Welcome to this episode of the Playaction Podcast. We got Brandon here. What's going on, Colin? What's up, bro?
Man, I'm always feeling good. I always say I'm always feeling good, feeling really good. But week 18, this was crazy. There are so many different playoff implications. People getting fired, GMs getting fired, and just surprises on just teams showing up when we didn't expect them to show up. And the next game is not a surprise at all. Seahawks, 49ers, 13-3. This could have gone either way. The fact that Seahawks finished up with 14 wins, you were saying off camera, this is the most wins they've ever had?
Yep. Most wins, first 14-win season.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, consider all the great seasons Russ had, but this seals up the number one seed. I've been reading a lot of stuff. They're the Super Bowl favorites, which I think is a little crazy with the first year with Sam Darnold. I'm not surprised in how dominating the defense was because Seattle's defense has been doing it all year. But against the 49er defense, which was stout, they still had 180 yards on the freaking ground. And in the playoffs, if you can run the ball, you're going to find success. And I'm not going to say I'm believing the Seahawks going to the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to write them off because that defense and that running game's legit.
Oh, running game is definitely legit. We were just talking on camera. They two staple running backs are ridiculous. It's got like the thunder and lightning. So it's like they set up. They setup is real good right now. It is set up. It works well with the playoffs when it gets cold. But hey, they got home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So long as they keep on winning, they should be good. And they got the formula with the running game and Sam Darnold. As long as he can not pull another Sam Darnold from last year, I'm not trying to jinx him. But as long as he just keep it together, he should be good with this run game. And the 49ers, hey, I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's gonna be a rough entry to the playoffs. I see the brackets. You don't have a layup.
Yeah, with the 49ers, I expected a lot out of them. Brock Purdy got hurt, kind of messed it up a little bit, but I think they're going to be okay. But I was really surprised. I mean, in the beginning of the season, I never would have said Seattle is going to be the number one seed, number two, number three, number four, maybe a wild card, but they surprised the heck out of me. This next game surprised the heck in a different way. Bucks-Panthers, right, 16-14. And I just say, oh, how the mighty have fallen. We were so high on Baker Mayfield at the beginning of the season. I mean, he was my MVP favorite. And I still put Baker in my top 10 quarterbacks. But the second half of this year, they kind of just fell off a cliff. I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, they seem to be decently healthy. But the real story is Carolina's become the NFC South division winners. They're going to the playoffs. Do you expect Carolina to show up in big moments like they have, or are they just cannon fodder for whoever team gets to walk over in the playoffs?
I believe they're, a layup. Yes, I believe they're, the analogy you just used, I believe they're that. Okay, yes. They are the sacrificial lamb of the NFC. Because they've been limping all season, but hey, bro, I don't know how you get, I think we see this a couple other times where some teams got into the playoffs with losing records, but that is never a good feeling. Like, you're under 500 and you made it to the postseason. I don't think any team's really proud of that type of moment. I mean, yeah, they got to the dance, but did you really earn your way to the dance? I don't think so. So it is what it is. We're gonna see what they do. I'm pulling for Bryce Young. Hopefully he has a good game, but I'm not really expecting too much from the Panthers in this postseason.
I am not either. I'm with you on that. My only thing is that sometimes these Panthers just show up and explode. And I mean, Bryce Young goes off, Rico goes off, shows back, and he's playing pretty well off injury. I'm wondering who's gonna show up. If the I don't know, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde, whichever one of those are better, that guy shows up for Carolina, man, they might surprise some people and go on a run. I don't think they will, but who knows? Anyway, Broncos Chargers 19-3. Did anyone see Broncos Chargers 19-3? I saw Broncos coming on top, but not a beatdown like that. Holy crap! Denver Broncos back, the number 1 seed, coming out of AFC, getting a first round bye, which is awesome. But they won this game with kind of really ho-hum offense. The defense recovered a fumble, returned a pick for a touchdown, secured 4 sacks, 8 pass deflections. They need more offense than I think they have right now for the playoffs. But the way they're playing, this reminds me of the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. You got Trent Dilfer, like Bo Nix, good quarterback, easy completions, accurate down the field. But you've got a nasty defense. That can just keep you in games, and you're asking offense, just get us a couple field goals, and we'll hold it on. Do you see the same thing in these Denver Broncos, or maybe they're just getting lucky? They're nasty to me.
I mean, I definitely feel you. I'm right there with you, because with Sean Payton as the head coach, with his playoff experience, with this type of defense, this defense is snapping. And it's like you just said, they don't really need Bo Nix to go out there and win games all the time. They just need him to be a kind of somewhat of a game manager and don't lose the game for him. The defense, and especially if they got a couple turnovers and they can convert on those turnovers, bro, the defense is going to be a problem in these playoffs, as long as they can keep this momentum, because I believe they're entering one of the hotter teams entering the playoffs.
Yes.
So. Hey, they're looking real scary right now.
Would you put them Super Bowl bound?
I'm not really saying all that, but hey, bro, unfortunately, I gotta go with the reigning MVP as the Super Bowl bounds, Josh Allen. But that's who I expect to be in the Super Bowl. That's who I expect to be in the Super Bowl. Shout out my boy Ricardo. I ain't trying to jinx you, but bro, hey, we talked about that off camera. We gonna get there. I know I just jumped way ahead, but I'm sorry, but that's if I had to say Super Bowl bounds. No, I don't really feel in my heart of hearts, I don't really feel that the Broncos are Super Bowl bound. I mean, they might have a deep playoff run. They might AFC Championship game maybe, but I don't see them getting to the big dance right now. But hey, we gonna see in a couple weeks. It's January. We gonna see.
That's true. Hey, true. I do see the Broncos as Super Bowl bound. It's really because of Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Sean Payton, he is on a revenge tour. He's been ever since he came back to the NFL. I feel like he's just trying to show everyone, hey, you guys slept on me. You guys slept. Let me get the right guy. Like when he got Drew Brees, let me get the right guy in here. Let me get the right folks on defense, and I'm gonna show you who I am. And he's showing people, and I'm not going to ever bet against Sean Payton. He's one of my favorite people in football. I just like the way he works. I like the way he works with people. I like his football mind. He's brilliant. He was way ahead of his time when they won the Super Bowl back then. Here, Hurricane Katrina, great year for New Orleans, considering. So yeah, I got Denver, man. I got Denver, and because they're in altitude, they're in better shape.
Yeah, most definitely. Everybody got to come to them. They got home field advantage. So
exactly. Home field advantage and a first round bye, baby.
Yeah.
I got them. At least the defense will always. The defense will always show up.
Yeah, the defense gonna snow. The defense gonna show up.
Speaking of defense, Browns Bengals. Boy, I know you want to talk about this one. Browns win 2018. However, Kevin Stefanski is out as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. He's the one who possibly found a starting quarterback in the 5th round at Shedeur Sanders. His edge, Myles Garrett, broke the sack rate this year, even though he was getting double and triple teamed all year. But for some reason, the Browns brass said, nope, we need a new coach. And the new coach is going to have a big say. This is what they said, a big say in who the starting quarterback next year is going to be. So my question to you, my friend, is do you think Shedeur or Dylan Gabriel did enough to sway whoever they're going to bring in, or do you think that they may have to go seek the draft or free agents?
I believe my boy on a 2-game winning streak in the season. I think he has, shown he can operate a professional offense, NFL offense. He can run an NFL offense right now. He gotta get control of the turnovers. I understand a lot of them wasn't his fault. It was a lot of tip passes, a lot of drop pass. balls hitting receivers' hands and popping up in the air. So I'm not putting all on him, but his interception ratio was up there. So with Deshaun Watson coming back from Achilles, I don't suspect them to go in a free agency or draft right now. I believe like they have at least three quarterbacks, maybe four on the roster. So I believe they should be okay with I mean, they've done crazier things. We gonna see. We are not around to know because every coach that comes in, the coach is tied to their quarterback.
Right.
That's so most coaches want to draft their own quarterback, and that's just how the NFL works. So if my boy Shador happens to be out of there and he has to move to a different situation, I'm not mad at that either. So it depends. And it's gonna be a real interesting offseason with the Browns because when end of the season on a W, the last second field goal, Myles Garrett setting the sack record, and I like what your boy Shanahan said. And he was like, "Hey, I got the record in 16 games, not 18." So
yeah. So yeah, so about that. The funny thing about that is, I was wondering if and I think we already talked about this, if Joe Burrow was going to gift wrap a sack for him. And I was like, oh, and I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, he did. He definitely just collapsed on it. But you know what? Brett Favre did the same thing for Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
And so, it is fair, but if anyone's going to break the sack record, Myles Garrett, you are the man to break.
I mean, I seen to Joe Burrow's credit. I seen earlier in the game, he started running, and then he heard footsteps, and I seen him look back and oh, it was a dramatic juke. Like, oh, I gotta get down, I gotta get away from this dude. So he had to know where Joe, where Myles Garrett was at all times. So it was. Big 95. Oh my God! It was a task. And he didn't get it until the fourth quarter. It wasn't like he gifted after early in the game. And I did see Jamar Chase did mention how he didn't really like how it was on their field how the refs did pause the game for a minute and let everybody celebrate him breaking the record, but. I mean, apparently that it was told to them before the game that, hey, if he breaks the record, we're going to give him a moment because NFL's entertainment. Right, this is sports entertainment. So we got to make sure he gets his just due because hey, bro, 22 sacks, 23 sacks, 23. And I seen he promptly got a Michael Jordan commercial endorsement right after that. He was like, 23 sacks, it's only right. Welcome to Brand Jordan. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's super dope, and he deserves that, But I mean, I understand what the Bengals were saying because they're trying to win the game. But you remember when Lisa Leslie dunked during a game? Okay, yeah. The Sparks were getting destroyed. Okay, but she dunked on a fast break. They stopped the whole game to celebrate the dunk.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, get over it. Okay, something crazy happened, something that we've never seen happen, like that dunk and this 23 sacks never happened before. We gotta celebrate it, We gotta celebrate it.
If you're mad, don't let them get it.
Thank you. Exactly. You should have stopped them.
You see what the Steelers did. We're gonna double it every time.
Yeah. But hey, man. Hey, so guess what? This is crazy to me. So the Vikings Packers 16-3, okay? And with that being said, even with this loss, 4 in a row, by the way, for the Packers, they're still going to be in the playoffs as the 7th seed. Jordan Love, I don't know if he's coming back or not for this wildcard game. Hopefully he can because Clayton Tune came to a net of -7 yards. The running game, 128 yards on the ground for 3 yards of carry, but -7 yards just ain't going to do it in the playoffs. And guess who they're playing? They're playing the Bears. The Bears are coming off a bad loss. We'll talk about that in a minute. And they're pissed off. And I think Caleb Williams is going to take it out on Clayton Tune, or if Malik Willis is able to play, or Jordan Love's able to play, coming back from injury. I don't know what the Packers are doing, but somehow do you think they got a shot in anywhere else?
Unless Jordan Love comes back, I don't think they got a shot in hell to beat the Bears next week. Okay, so the Bears, they got a real ill hatred for the Packers. I distinctly remember Aaron Rodgers on national television doing a little when he showed his belt. I own you. I own you guys. I was like, wow. And then they showed the stat that he was like 9-0 against the Bears, or like 11-0, lifetime. I was like, he has never lost against these guys. They're the division rival. Owns them. Apparently so. And yeah, the Bears is like, not anymore. Not anymore. We got a boy. And yeah, he broke. We're gonna talk about it. I am not gonna go on my Caleb Williams rant right now. Well, I almost did. But yeah, I don't see the Bears. I don't see the Packers getting past the Bears unless Jordan Love comes back, because this was negative 7 yards. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yes. The Vikings do have a ferocious defense. Brian Flores, ferocious defense. But you're right. Negative 7 yards just ain't gonna cut it against the Bears, who don't have the same defense. But yeah, this next game has no value whatsoever except for one team I like a lot, and I happen to live in the other team's city. Giants Cowboys 34-17. Okay, tight game in the first half because Dak Prescott was playing, and then he went out. Joe Milton came in, and then the Giants kind of pulled away a little bit. Biggest question about this is, one, I think both teams have bright futures. One, Giants with Jackson Dart, Dallas with George Pickens, which I think George Pickens is an amazing receiver. If he can get his head straight all the time, body control, hands, concentration, needs to work on his route running a little bit, but otherwise pretty solid. However, both teams are pretty much going to go the same into next year. They both have their quarterbacks. They both have, their offense is pretty much set. I mean, Giants may add a receiver, but really just going to rehaul their defenses. Do you think either one of these teams, Giants or Dallas, have a chance of turning around and getting back into prominence of where these franchises once were at different points in their times?
Oh, I definitely see both of them have potential, because both teams, I'm a big fan of Scatterboo. The run game, I think the run game is going to, be a boost next year. I think he's going to come back. With Jackson Dart, second year, and he gonna have, hopefully he has Neighbors back next year. I don't know how soon he's gonna have him back. He got to come back from an injury. He got to redo his rehab. But and then the Bass brothers over there with the Cowboys with CeeDee Lamb and Pickens. I think with CeeDee Lamb being around Pickens and showing him and them hanging out together and them being so close, CeeDee Lamb hasn't really gotten too much trouble, in the NFL. So that we know of. Okay, I know the Cowboys, they might have swept some stuff under the rug. I don't know, but I've been seeing CeeDee Lamb in a lot of different commercials with national brands. And Pickens, if he can get that somewhat professionalism from CeeDee Lamb with his God-given talent. We talked about it, bro. If I'm not mistaken, he got selected to the Pro Bowl this year, and CeeDee Lamb didn't.
Right.
And he's not the number one wide receiver on the team. So I hope that doesn't cause any friction. That's what
he was a first round pick too.
I understand, but it's somebody has to get an X route and somebody has to get a Y route. That's all I'm saying. Who I don't know how their scheme is, but somebody has to get an X, somebody has to get a Y. So I don't know how, but hey, we gonna see how it is next year. I believe both offenses are in good position. Like you said, I think the Giants might add another wide receiver. Dallas, I believe they need to. I believe they're in dire need of a tight end, an awesome tight end. If they can get somebody like a freakish type dude, I'm just saying,
Someone can catch.
yeah, somebody, because Jason Witten, he was there for a while. He lasted, for the longest, but he's finally retired. So we need somebody. I'm not saying we because I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I pay attention enough to the Cowboys to know, the America's team. I know the star players, and I know I cannot name the starting tight end for the Cowboys right now because they haven't been producing.
I can't think of
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So, yeah. But yeah, I believe bright futures for both teams. That's what I'm feeling. That's the vibes I'm getting for next year. Long as the defenses can get out, get it together. Because bro, I need the Giants secondary to stop somebody, bro. Something. I like. Uh, it was looking rough sometimes this year. Okay, it was. I was my first year being a fan. First year being a fan, and I felt your pain, bro. I felt your pain.
it really just came from injuries. Every year,
Yeah.
it's injuries is what's getting us. It's Odell getting injured, Saquon getting injured, Daniel Jones getting injured. I mean, right now Malik Neighbors injured. It's always injury after injury after injury. I'm gonna put a name out there real quick for tight end for the Giants to look out for. Thomas Fidone III, who's a rookie this year, didn't really play too much in special teams. Watch out for him next year, Giants fans. But on to the Jaguars and the Titans, 41-7 straight route. For some reason, when you just look at the box score, I'm expecting to see Mark Brunell had come back to quarterback the Jaguars. That's the last time I felt like they were that dominant. I know Blake Bortles had a year. However, Jaguars have won 8 in a row now. 8 in a row.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence, a.k.a. Sunshine, in those 8 games has 19 passing touchdowns and 4 rushing touchdowns. So 23 total touchdowns in those 8 games. I'm not saying he's an MVP candidate, okay? He's playing at a level in the second half of the year at that level. But he's looking like that first overall pick that came out of Clemson. I mean, all that promise. Hey, he's the top guy next to John Elway in terms of rating. Do you think the Jaguars are legit? Or are they just fool's gold and they're just the Jack and Jaguars we're just used to seeing?
I actually think they might be legit. Like 8 in a row is 8 in a row. Hey, and their defense has been playing pretty decent. Like their defense has been playing pretty good. And like with Trevor Lawrence, like it's really looking like that dude Lethal Shooter, where he says, "I understand it now." Like he's just like something clicked. He understands, like he's understanding, seeing the defense at a different level right now, and for one, like it's looking like that number 1 overall pick that we was hoping that he was going to be. We knew we coming out of Clemson, not Clemson. Yes, Clemson, coming out of Clemson, South Carolina. Bro, he got the Jacksonville Jaguars looking like somebody that nobody really wants to play, and they're coming into the playoffs hot. That's one of the unsung heroes of NFL playoff. That's that postseason. If you got a hot hand, and you can ride that hot hand for a couple weeks, get you to the Super Bowl. And if they have it, they have it. It's that magic. You catch magic in the bottle, as they would say. And if I have to say the team right now, it would have to be the Jacksonville Jaguars and Houston Texans. I don't think anybody want to play the Houston Texans.
That's for sure. When we get to them, their defense has been no joke.
Yeah.
DeMeco Ryans, I mean, he's a really great linebacker for the Texans. He apparently knows how to put together a pretty good defense, too. We'll get to them in a minute, but you're right. I'm with you on the Houston Texans. No one wants to play them right now. But the next game here, this is a bit of a puzzler for me. So it's the Falcons Saints. Neither team is going to the playoffs. Okay, 19-17. However, the Falcons fired head coach Raheem Morris, GM Terry Fontenot. By the way, after closing out the season with 4 straight wins to include the Rams last week and the Saints this week, you've got, Michael Penix was out, but he's coming back. You've got Kyle Pitts. You got Drake London. You've got some talent around the team. What the heck is ownership doing by firing your coach and GM when you finish off the season with 4 straight wins?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily got rid of the GM, but being I'm over here. I'm over here in Atlanta, and I'm
Yeah,
seeing. I'm hearing what the people are saying, and I don't understand that. I've been trying to look at it too because I've been went to a game or two this year. Um, Dejan, saying Johnson, the running back, Robinson, the running back,
yeah,
the best player on their team,
yes.
and and the most underutilized player on their team.
Always.
I I don't get it. He like by far, you got a star, and that's why like with this the coaching firing, I'm not saying you got to run them into the ground, but you got to put your star players in position to make star plays, and I don't see that he has put Bejan in the right position. He hasn't even been on the field in a lot of key situations and third down in situations. I don't understand that. I was questioning the coaching calls a lot of times this season with just not getting this dude the ball in space. And it's a variety of different ways. We've seen a variety of different offensive coordinators be creative with different players that like are shifty and can move the ball. Like we seen it recently with and he's nowhere like he doesn't have uh he doesn't have Bejan speed, but Debo Samuels is still getting open
Oh
and
yeah.
still making plays. And he's just shifty, but he's a bigger dude, and he's like looking to run two people over versus outrun them. But it's like, bro, I don't understand. Like if they can put Debo in a variety of different situations, they should be able to put Bejan in. I don't understand. Like I say, the game plan going into the game. I don't understand. Like we all know, yeah, Drake London is a great wide receiver, and yes,
Mhm.
he a number one, legit number one when he's healthy. But he's not the best person on that team. Like the
Right.
best person on that team is Bejan, and
Yeah. They're built like a vertical offense, and
yeah,
their best player is a runner,
yeah,
and so they don't have an identity. Um, and I agree with you. They should have fired the coach. Should have kept the GM because the GM knows how to acquire talent. Okay, the GM knows how to acquire talent.
and,
That's an extremely talented
and the tight end is top tier too. The tight
team.
ends,
Coppin's no joke. He's no
yeah,
joke. If you utilize him properly, you know, and so yeah, I think she should have kept the GM. But I guess when you bring a new regime, hopefully it's a GM coach combo that are familiar with each other, that can kind of fit together. But that's not always a key recipe for success. Giants did it with Dable and Shane, and well, one's fired already. But anyway, we'll see how the Falcons go ahead. But I was really surprised after winning 4 straight to go and clean house like that. It was surprising.
I
But
mean,
it's not surprising though. Texans Colts. Oh, bro, I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
oh no, you good.
Texans Colts 38-30. Houston Texans continue to roll. I mean, their hot streak against the stumbling, fumbling, bumbling Colts. But now in the playoffs, Texans have to come against the Steelers, who just got a tough win over the Ravens. We'll talk about them later. I don't completely trust the Texans offense, even though I love the players. I'm a huge CJ Stroud fan, Nico Collins. I think they got a really good offensive squad, but their defense is ridiculous. The Pittsburgh's offense is a little better. Their defense is a little shaky. This to me is a coin flip in the playoffs. What do you got? Texans, Steelers. Who's got it?
If I had to pick it, and if I had to bet the house on it, I'm going with old man Rogers.
Holy Nikes! Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Wow! Oh my God!
I haven't been a fan of I haven't been a fan of all season, but I mean, he got to the playoffs. Even though I don't know, I don't really agree how he got to the playoffs. Old man Rogers is in the playoffs, and old man Rogers is like an old gunslinger.
Yes,
Like
sir.
I got he might have a little what they say salt and pepper on his beard. He might be all full gray right now. I don't know, but hey, bro, you gotta trust bro out. You know what I'm saying, bro? He didn't see a lot of different defenses. If I seen some speeches on the sideline. If Mike Thompson can get the defense on point, hey, hey, they might have something. But they snuck into the playoffs. They're another team that snuck into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, hey, we just gonna see how it goes. CJ Stroud, hey, I'm not, bro. This is his time to eliminate like the sophomore junior year slump ghost that's been haunting him the last year and a half. Like, bro, you came out and had a awesome rookie season, and you have not lived up to it. And I know you've been hurt this year, but hey, it's time for you to like you make your name for yourself in the playoffs. So until you show me that you can produce in the playoffs consistently, I gotta go with old man Rogers.
I'm with you. No, I hear what you're saying. I'm not with you because I'm taking the Texans over the Steelers.
Hey,
Not because of old man Rogers, but more because Derek Stingley's there in coverage. Will Anderson's become unabated to the quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, because he's old man Rodgers, is not going to be able to scramble the way that we see him early in his Green Bay career. And the Texans dominate the Steelers with defense. And C.J. Stroud plays well enough to win the game. Puts up, I'm going to say, 23 points. And I'm going to say the Steelers put up 14. And that's how the game goes.
hey, this is one of the coin flip games. I'm cool whoever wins. In this situation, it is what it is. But if I had, like I say, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I had to bet, I will have to go, with the Rodgers. But I'm not really hoping he wins. But
Oh, man. Hey, so this one's to your boy. He's a Bills fan. Bills Jets 35-8. But this isn't a big win against the Jets because Josh Allen didn't even play. My takeaway from this game, straight up, bro, is this is probably one of the better offensive outputs we've seen from Buffalo. And this is done with Mitchell Trubisky as the quarterback. And so my question to you is, and Mitchell's actually had a little spot time there during the season. He's done well. Do you think this was enough for Mitchell Trubisky to get a shot, kind of the way Baker Mayfield did when he had the one season with Tampa Bay, then to give him the contract, or like Mac Jones with the 49ers this year? I think he's going to get an opportunity somewhere just the way he played this year. Do you think that Mitchell Trubisky, because he was a first round pick, a top 5 pick, do you think this was enough for him to get a shot, maybe to run his own team, a la Sam Darnold?
Absolutely not. Okay, this is the Jets. Okay, this is the Jets. Come on, bro. Come on. Like, he had one good game. I get it. Like he balled out, but like Matt Jones, he showed that over a course of like 3-4 games that he produced against solid teams, and like we got good enough game footage, and the Bills. The Bills been like even Josh Allen been struggling this year. Like Mitchell Trubisky, he played decent, but it wasn't like he would light it up. I couldn't see Josh Allen didn't light it up this year to give him a lot of cleanup duty time. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mitchell had he had like 200 and some odd yards and 4 touchdowns. He had a solid game. He had a solid game.
The Jets, it's the Jets.
But he still had to throw it. And still had to catch
it. I get you. I feel you. Some of those Jets players, some of those Jets players mentally they was in Cancun already. Okay, they was trying to get out of East Rutherford. Okay, they was happy. This is the last game of the season. This is like, all right, if they just mailed this in. All right, I don't understand. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play for the Jets either, so I don't blame them. But they got an NFL check, so it is what it is. But Mitchell Trubisky, I'm not wishing you harm. I'm not wishing you harm in your career. You know what I'm saying? I hope you have a good productive role in the NFL. I don't believe you have done enough to potentially take a position from a college player that is coming in. next year, like a young kid, a young opportunity, some kid. I don't think you've done enough to do that because I didn't think you did enough in college to be drafted where you were drafted at. So, and you have not shown a huge good body of work. Okay, I'm going too hard. I'm going too hard on Mr. Trubisky. I'm sorry. All right, I just realized this is really like a little 30-second rant. I'm sorry. My bad, dog. All right, we go. My bad, bro. My bad.
Well, no, I think you have some truth in that, where it's really just a few spot games, and then
But
it's one game here, and it was against the Jets.
yeah, I don't want to dump on him.
Though. Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
he's himself as a backup.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a backup. They get paid.
Yeah.
They get paid good money. You know what I'm saying? You know, still on the bench, and it takes zero pressure. So I would don't take this as a me dumping on, Mitchell Trubisky. I'm just saying.
No. I just saw that Chase Daniel just secured $41 million. I mean, in his contract life, $40 million as of this year, as a backup.
Exactly.
He started 5 games in his whole career. $41 million. There's nothing wrong about being a backup. It's the best job on earth. It really is. You know, it's not the best job on earth. Being the coach of the Raiders, even when you beat the Chiefs 14-12, because Pete Carroll got ousted, right or wrong. Who knows? But I think Tom Brady's got to have a little part in this because he kind of started assembling all this stuff together. Stephen A. Smith, who's someone I do not agree with more often than not, stated that Tom Brady is more than qualified to fire Pete Carroll and draft the quarterback that he wants, number 1 overall, because who's more qualified than Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl winner? Okay. Now that sounds all great. However, you know, I'd say the GOAT in basketball, Michael Jordan, is also owner at one point in time in his career. And he drafts like crap. So I don't think that Tom Brady is going to be really qualified to draft the next guy. Bro, tell me what the Raiders need to do. Obviously, they fired their coach. They need to hire a coach. Do they draft Fernando Mendoza, a number 1 overall, or someone else, trade down? What direction do you think they should build through the draft? Should they get a new coach? Tell me what you would want to do if you were the Raiders ownership. If you were Tom Brady, as Steve said.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thinking about the history of drafting number 1 overall picks at quarterback for the Raiders with Jamarcus Russell. I don't think this is a route they want to take again. I mean, not to Mendoza, because he could have a good head on his shoulders. He could, be in a good situation, but it's the Raiders, and I'm just saying they don't have a good history of picking number 1 overall quarterbacks. Especially, if I'm not mistaken, was Jamarcus Russell a Heisman winner as well too?
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. I know he went number 1 overall at LSU. He had a phenomenal season. Won with the championship.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I'm not sure. But bro, I don't know if Tom Brady just because you're a GOAT doesn't mean that you draft GOATs, because we seen Jordan draft Kwame Brown and we see how that took out. And
Adam Morrison too.
Yeah, Adam Morrison. Yeah. That dude was crying, and okay, I don't want to talk about that in college. All right, but I don't. Tom Brady, I think he needs to. For one, he need a coach. 2, they should have drafted Shador last year. That's their fault. I'm still holding on to that. Yep, they should have drafted Shador instead of going with Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. I don't know. They just gonna we're gonna do the same thing we did in Seattle. This is going to be amazing. I'm like, who signed up that this was just a giveaway season, not for the Raiders. But anyways, they raced it. My boy Max Crosby, a year with Max Crosby, bro, and then they didn't want to pay my dog. That's a man. Yeah, I'm mad about that. They didn't let him play the last 2 games. And he stormed off. He was a little upset. So I just want to speak on that. But yeah, they need the overall. Tom Brady, I think he needs to just chill out in the player booth, in the owner booth, and not necessarily make too many basketball decisions. I mean, football decisions. But also, speaking of football decisions, I just heard that recently they talking about making Matt Ryan president of football operations for the Falcons. Yeah, I didn't.
It kind of makes sense. He is kind of, Atlanta brass. He's
I
royalty. Excuse me. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, he had an MVP season with the Falcons. And,
I get it. I get it.
At a Boston College, he's a smart guy. I don't know if he's qualified to be the president of basketball operations, but it can't get any worse, right?
What was it? What Tom Brady came back 27-3? What was it?
Oh Lord have mercy. Oh God.
I'm just saying.
Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone.
Hey, bro. If we gonna bring up Cam Newton not diving on the football, we gotta bring up that too. Okay, I'm just saying.
Who was that against?
Talking about with Cam Newton. That was against
the 27-3. The it was Patriots against
the Falcons.
That's
Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan. That's why I brought it up.
Yep. Excuse me, I'm intoxicated, so
whatever. Yeah. It's all right, but that's one of those moments that goes down in history. Like Tom Brady made an awesome, looking down at that tablet and looking up in disgust, and it's like you don't want to be on the other end of that meme, and Matt Ryan's on the other end of that meme. So, I don't know. I don't know if I need that type of dude making good decisions.
Facts. Hey, by the way, you know who made good decisions? At the end of this Rams-Cardinals game, 37-20, Cardinals fired John Gannon. Well, they also lost 9 straight games to end the season. It kind of makes sense. Usually you fire a coach after that. In his defense, though, he didn't have a starting quarterback, Kyler Murray, for a lot of that, for most of the year. But we're not talking about the Cardinals. We're talking about Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, if he doesn't get MVP, it's going to be a travesty, by the way, because he's got 4,700 yards, 46 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. He's the best, in my opinion, the best quarterback going into the playoffs. And it wouldn't surprise me if they have a steamroll into the Super Bowl, not to win it, but into the Super Bowl. And that includes Seattle, which would be their first game should they win their playoff game. They face Seattle. And I think they're going to roll through Seattle on their way to the Super Bowl against, I don't know, Denver Broncos. I'm calling it right now. Bro, do you think the Rams have the chance that I'm saying they're having, or you kind of give them a little pause? You think Seattle's going to have a better chance?
I mean, as of right now, the only other quarterback that won a Super Bowl in the playoffs right now is Matt Stafford. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, besides Aaron Rodgers, we got Aaron Rodgers still there.
Yeah.
But he's the AFC. He's the AFC. So it's in the NFC. Yeah. Matt Stafford has to be, the leading favorite to win it and go to the Super Bowl. I mean, hey, like I said, with Seattle's running game, that's gonna be a tough out. But I mean, if anybody could do it, Matt Stafford could do it. Mind you, also, I gotta mention, I know Kyler Murray got hurt, but Kyler Murray also got benched because this is just rumors. I heard Battlefield 6 came out mid-season, and his productivity on his what they say is his tablets for his studying went down. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Leave that boy alone. Leave him alone.
Hey, I heard possibly that he might be going to he got drafted, but by the MLB, so he might be going to play baseball.
Yeah, I think when he was the number 1 overall draft pick to Arizona, I think he was also a high draft pick there in baseball as well.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying.
If he committed to baseball, he was the number 1 overall pick in baseball.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. He can definitely do that. And you know what? It might be better for him to do that anyway because, 1, the injuries here in football, and then 2, I don't know how many plays baseball has at whatever position he plays, but apparently it's less than what they have in football. And if that's the case, if you're going to have more fun, you're going to make more money anyway, then go play baseball. And it's not saying that don't play football. I'm just saying do whatever you want to do. And you've already played in the NFL. Go play baseball. I'll watch you. Shoot, I'll buy you a jersey. You know?
Yeah.
Because I live in Texas, and Conor Murray is the greatest athlete ever to come out of Texas. So I definitely support him.
Yeah, I support it. Like, hey, bro, you have nothing to prove to us. You had a couple good years as an NFL quarterback. You balled out. I think you might have made the Pro Bowl once or twice. You have nothing to prove to us. Go play baseball. Go get that money, bro. Because like, I don't want to see him get hurt. I don't want to see him get hurt. Like he's a little dude, and like he runs around like your little bad cousin with his chest out and his arms just flailing.
Too many memes.
You know what I'm saying? He just runs around like that. It looks cool, but I don't want to see a 6'7", 280-pound dude just wipe him off the face of the earth. Because like he's not the biggest dude on the football field, and like I just feel like it's safer for him in baseball, baby. That's all I'm saying. And he's pretty good at it, and he's still relatively young.
100% agree. And baseball is one of those sports you can play later in your career. I mean, football's proven that with Aaron Rodgers, of course, but I think he's more. I mean, just the greats. Him, Brady, the Mannings, stuff like Rivers. But you don't have a couple hundred people playing into their 40s like you do in baseball. But you know what I got to talk about? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I just thought about it. And he still could come back late season. And, and come back, what I'm saying is, like, go play baseball, get some baseball money, and then, like, a team, but, hey, our quarterback got hurt late in the season. You want to play? Like, pull up. Hey, Phillip Rivers opened up. Yeah, Phillip Rivers just opened the door for everybody. And that was a genius move, too. I just seen that his benefits ended this year, too. So he gets another 5 years of NFL benefits. So you don't have to pay for, like, those 13 kids he has, health insurance for everybody. That's a genius move. I like that, bro.
I mean, think about it. Colin Murray should actually go to baseball and come back, like, just like you were saying, Jalen Hurts gets hurt. God forbid Jalen Hurts gets injured.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray would come in, and I hate to say this, he would do a better job. He come do a better job. He just has more skill set. He's Jalen Hurts if you just put a little more juice into him.
Yeah.
That's Kyler Murray. And so I agree. He should go play baseball, then come back, play a little bit of football if someone needs him. If he doesn't, hey, you've already made $5 million in baseball.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's also exactly the Patriots versus the Dolphins, 38-10. No one's surprised. Patriots destroyed the Dolphins. But surprisingly, he's not behind Drake May's wizardry, which we've seen again and again and again this season. It's been awesome. But it's behind 34 carries for 243 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. This feels like old school Bill Belichick, Corey Dillon, grinding people into the ground, allowing his young quarterback, Tom Brady, to get some easy completions for a huge victory. This year, Patriots finished with 14 victories. But they're going to have a tough playoff run. And we're talking like tough playoff run. First game is against the Chargers, okay? And they're going to be pissed off. Jim Harbaugh's going to be pissed off, okay? And then you got to go against the winner of the Jaguars and the Bills. Jags, we already know, we talked about it already. The Bills, they're hungry, right? We'll talk about it in a minute. They're hungry. Yeah. And then if you make it past that, then it's either the Broncos or the Steelers versus the Texans, which I think is going to be the Broncos. So now you're going to beat the Broncos, the number 1 overall seed. Just get Super Bowl. Do you think that they got a shot to get into that heavyweight match of the Super Bowl, or is it too soon, too early for young Drake May?
Hey, Drake May's my MVP candidate right now. Okay, bro. I mean, that's how I'm feeling. That's who my MVP candidate. Yeah. Hey, bro. Mike Vrabel got these boys playing amazing football. Running the ball right now. Hey, I understand. Hey, it's crazy. I know. I would have never called it either. But Drake May, I talked to my little brother. I was like, hey, bro, we might have to say it. I mean, like it's either between him or Matt Stafford, and he has a better record than Matt Stafford. He's playing like he's on a winning streak versus Matt Stafford. He's finishing the season stronger than Matt Stafford. So like I hate to say it like that is and yeah, if he can complete that gauntlet of a playoff route run, hey bro, they don't announce the MVP until the week before the Super Bowl.
Oh, it's gonna be Matt Stafford. Don't worry, it'll be Matt Stafford.
Yeah, hey bro, hey if it goes to if they make an amazing run, Drake May, it's his second year. Hey.
I'm a Giants fan. F the Patriots. But you're right. The Drake May's amazing. He's amazing.
Bro been balling. Yeah. And I hate to say it. I hope it's not true. They're talking about that Tom Brady cloned himself 23 years ago.
He ain't that pretty. He ain't that pretty. Everyone knows it. The kid, hey, he's a kid. And Tom Brady is a fatty too when he was young too. But come on,
exactly.
Let's just slow it down. Throttle back.
I'm hoping so. But hey, well, just like I'm not rooting it against, like I'm not betting against Sean Payton in the playoffs. I'm not betting against Mike Vrabel in the playoffs.
I know. You're full throttle ahead. I know you're full throttle ahead with him.
With his history with the Patriots and like his lore, and as the youth would say, his aura in that building.
Yeah.
Playoffs, it's cold. It's snowing. It's gloomy. This is where they make their money at in the Patriots. This is where they make their money at in New England. So we gonna see. And they all know they got a real deal legend to look up to, and they got the statue out there to look up to it too. So Tom Brady, he watching. He might be a Raider now, but hey, Drake May, he know we gotta live up to.
Yeah, he can live with that. But he looks like a good quarterback prospect, though. He does. He looks like. But I mean, you think about it. You can't have every quarterback in the league can't be amazing, right? Everyone can't be amazing. So I mean, is he going to be Tom Brady? Is he going to be Jared Goff? Is he going to be, Mr. Trubisky? Who knows?
Hey, but
he had one hell of a year this year, though.
But you need moments to excel in tough situations, and they have put tough situations in front of him. So, hey, it's on him. That's all I'm saying. And I'm a fan of greatness, and I recognize like great stuff. So if he can produce on that gauntlet of a run, hey, I have to tip my hat to him. Cause like early in Kobe's career, I did not like Kobe, but once he started dropping 40, like he was like going through that little case situation in Colorado, and then dropping 40 like 10 games in a row. I was like, all right, bro, this dude was pretty good. I got it. Okay. God dang, all right, bro. Dang, this dude is balling. All right, God, all right. He turned me. I gotta appreciate great when I'm witnessing great stuff. And Drake May, bro, I told my little brother, I was hoping we was gonna get back to the Drew Bledsoe Patriots where they're just fade off into obscurity. Like, ain't nobody worried about the Patriots. I'm not worried about y'all. Y'all suck. But God dang, 14 wins, man. We thought y'all was done, bro. We thought y'all was over with, man. Leave us alone. Go back to being sorry. You can't. Ain't y'all supposed to be the Jets, okay? God dang, y'all supposed to be right there fighting with the Jets at the bottom of the barrel and stuff. And now y'all just coming up and y'all gonna dominate again for another like 10 years? Hey, take all this, y'all. I refuse to call y'all the new Cowboys. I refuse it.
Patrick Mahomes, where are you? Where are you?
Yes.
Hey, you gotta show up next year. Because you got to see Drake May like, hey, Drake's looking at like, hey, I'm about to be the king of the AFC over here.
So, yeah. Look at me. I'm the captain. I'm the captain now.
Oh man, hey, speaking of the captain, your guy, Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers over the Ravens, which is also your team, 26-24. Tough pill to swallow for the Ravens because, bro, they were clearly the better team. They were more efficient in all three phases, with the exception of the kicking game. And because of this, a lot of sports pundits, surprisingly, and I'm sure everyone's seen it, have been calling for John Harbaugh's head because of some of the play calling. I mean, some bad play calling. We're talking bad play calling. And also some calling for Lamar Jackson to demand a trade if John Harbaugh remains the coach. I gotta say WTF because I love John Harbaugh as a coach. I love Lamar Jackson as a player. I like them as a tandem. I don't think either one of them are as successful without each other. And so I think all these sports pundits are wrong, but I have a regular day job, so who am I? What say you?
I feel you, bro. I like them together because John Harbaugh legit fought for Lamar Jackson, and changed the offense to like tailor, around Lamar Jackson. So I'm never saying like, John Harbaugh is a hater to Lamar Jackson. I lie what I felt like was Stefanski and the Browns like actively sabotaging my boy. But like John Harbaugh has been an advocate of Lamar Jackson. So I really am, but I'm not. I can't overlook certain, like you said, play calling. Like it's certain times that like we have Derrick Henry. I looked at it yesterday in the third quarter. Derrick Henry had 3 rushes in the whole entire third quarter. Like, how do you do that? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't get it. And it's like that right there, like the lack of running Derrick Henry in the second half of NFL games this year has been like atrocious. Like we know nobody wants to hit a 6'4", 250-pound dude over and over and over and over and over again. And then in the third and fourth quarter, they reluctantly try to hit this dude. They don't want to hit this dude anymore. So it's like, bro, you're taking this guy out of the game plan in his most effective time. So I never understood that this year. So I don't know if we got to change up the offensive coordinator. I just don't understand what's going on because, like you just said, obviously the Ravens were a better NFL team yesterday. We're a better football team, but it shouldn't even came down to a kick. So it's like, and then
Agreed.
I'm not taking it. I'm not the one taking no blame off of Lamar Jackson either. Some of those tip passes at the line of scrimmage. It's certain times that you're not the tallest quarterback, bro. You got to move around and create them angles that dude can't swipe the ball away from you. Like not swipe the ball away from him, but like swipe the ball down. It's like it's too many times that like it's the details that is what's escaping Lamar Jackson and messing him up in tight situations. And that's been my critique of Lamar these last 3 years is the details in the postseason and in crunch time. And this is for all intent and purposes, this was a playoff game. And he came up short again.
It was. Yes.
So hey, like people calling for Lamar to get traded or Lamar to be out. I usually stick up for my boy. This is one of them times like, hey bro, it's again, like you disappointed me again at the end of the season. Like I want to ride with you, but like I can necessarily can't because you have shown me that you have not produced in the postseason, and when it start turning cold, you start turning folding. So it's like it's my boy, but it's like come on, bro. We got it. Can't be the same narrative over and over and over and over again.
You got the cape on, and you just got to perform. I mean, I think he had a good game this game. I think this was more a reflection of the play calling because Derrick Henry, he averaged like 6.3 yards a carry. Run the ball at the end. I mean, you got to kick. You know you're gonna kick. You got a timeout. You got 12 seconds left. Why are we kneeling the ball down and then kicking after that? Let Derrick Henry run on third down, get a few yards, gets no yards, 2 yards, whatever. You're a little closer. Just do everything you can to try to win the game, and then take your timeout, and then kick the ball. But when you obviously see we've left meat on the bone here. That's why I look at John Harbaugh, and again, I'm not calling for John Harbaugh's head. I think John Harbaugh is one of the top 5 coaches in the NFL. Everyone's allowed to have a moment. Okay, every coach has gotten out coached or made some bad decisions. Andy Reid, it doesn't matter who, Mike McCarthy. Everyone's made mistakes, and Harbaugh made a mistake here, but. Bro, you got to do better, and that's why I'm not putting this one on Lamar. Just like last year with Mark Andrews, those bad drops. You know, it's hard to like put him on Lamar's. Hey, he's putting the ball right there in your hands. You know, to me, this right here, I'm not putting this on Lamar. This is on John Harbaugh, but I don't think it should cost his job. But again, maybe Lamar needs somebody who can, like you saying, cater an offense around a strong-armed, not as deadly accurate, but very, very mobile quarterback. You know, in a scheme that would allow him to throw the ball downfield, create time, rollouts, because he has the speed to roll out, but also protect him. So it allows him to run out of bounds, throw it out of bounds, but then come back with, you know, short and as well as, you know, intermediate long plays. So, I don't know, that's just me. But I like them together, like you're saying. I like them together.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of them together. I don't think they should separate ways. Let all the static, you know, like, you know, calm down, you know, die down. Within a week or two, they should be all right. Because if he survived Black Friday, he good. You know, maybe not Black Friday, but Black Monday. If he survived Black Monday, he good. So man, I appreciate everybody tuning in for this episode of the Playaction Podcast. We'll be right back with y'all again next week. And man, look out for another special series. We're gonna do a little like twice a week, you know what I'm saying, videos, you know, we'll sneak one in with you. We got a couple topics, you know, go ahead and comment below, let us know what you want us to talk about and dive deep into, and we'll let you know. So appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all again next week. All right.
Welcome to the show where the game comes alive. Breaking down the plays, we keep the spirit high. From the field to the mic with passion and flair. It's the Playaction Podcast, your ultimate fanfare. It's all to boys and